Hello, everyone. So I am back with another kick-ass replay of Warhammer 2 Total War, naturally. Today's game is going to be me playing as the Empire, the Sons of Sigmar, the old world guys, you know, the Empire. You all know them, you all love them, versus the gross, nasty Norsca, who is led by one online opponent of mine named Wu-Tang. He was very cool. So yeah, this is a game I played yesterday, and it actually ended up being very close, which you will see. So I'll go ahead and get a unit breakdown going for you guys, right? So I went and brought a pretty basic front line. I brought the Sigmar's Sons, which are an unbreakable sword unit to kind of keep that center solid, you know, strong, sexy, all those things. And to supplement the Sigmar's Sons, I got some less spectacular, but also just as important spear units, spearmen with shields to be exact. These guys are going to hold a little bit better than the normal sword units of the Empire. They have some better defense stats and shields and all that good jazz, right? They won't deal as much damage, but that's not really the point because I have some other damage dealers back here, which you can see as the great weapons, or great swords, my apologies, the great swords units that the Empire has. So look at these guys. They are looking good. They got their floppy hats, those funny uniforms, and some big-ass swords to chop up some Norsca boys. I have 2 units of these bad boys, and yeah, they're going to be my main frontline damage dealers, right? As far as the gunpowder, the stuff that you guys really came here for, I have the Hammer of Witches as my artillery piece. These guys are basically just a normal, you know, great cannon unit for the Empire. However, they do have magical attacks and better accuracy. I think a little bit better strength. I'm not 100% sure though. No, I also brought 2 units of ranged infantry in the form of handgunners, one of which is the Regiment of Renown, the Silver Bullets. You all know them. You all love them. And I also brought a Witch Hunter, who is basically just a hero unit. He can shoot armor-piercing bullets, and he's going to be there to kind of focus on lords and heroes and all that such. As far as Cav, I have the Demogryph Knights with Halberts, my main anti-large option here, as well as in the back here you can see they're kind of hidden in the forest. Zintler's Reichsguard, which are the Regiment of Renown Reichsguard unit. They have a Vanguard, and they're being sneaky boys back there. My opponent will not see them, probably, I think. Yeah, and finally, the wondrous Balthasar Gelt as my lord. He's pretty cool. He's riding his flying pony. Unicorn. I think, is that a unicorn? Fuck. Yeah, but he has like a dagger shooting out of his head though. That's pretty fucking cool. So yeah, I have Balthasar Gelt. He is a Lore of Metal guy, so he'll be able to provide some cool buffs, some final transmutations, some metal rain, if you will. So yeah, he's pretty good. Now my opponent, he went a little bit wider than me. He has quite a lot more infantry than I do. Mostly just marauders and marauder berserkers with the dual axes, right? I think he also has a marauder champion unit somewhere in here. No, I'm fucking losing my mind actually. No, I swear to God he had one. All right, never mind. I'm fucking batty. But anyway, yeah, he has a pretty marauder heavy front line. He brought Wolfric the Wanderer as his lord, who is he's a fantastic duelist, got some cool spells, but he's on foot, so that's gonna be interesting. Familiar Warrior with Lore of Shadows, always a good choice. Lore of Shadows is really good in this meta right now. A couple Javelin units, and to top it all off, 2 monstrous units, one of which is the Familiar Warriors with the great weapons. These guys are pretty beastly. They're anti-large. They have the great weapons, which have the sundering ability, which basically means if they hit you, they don't just hit you, they destroy your armor, crack it in 2, fuck you up. You're just evaporated, right? The sundering mechanic basically reduces your armor for whoever's hit by them. English, right? Jesus. Whoever the Familiar Warriors hit, their armor is reduced by 30, I believe. So that's a cool effect that they have. And also, in addition to the Familiar Warriors, he brought the Regiment of Renowned Skinwolves. These guys are anti-large, anti-cav, anti-fucking everything. They're monsters. Yeah, they're gonna be a pain in my ass later on, and you'll kind of see that. So yeah, this is how it's gonna go. That nice open angle shot, and let's begin. So I went ahead and brought my handgunners up a little bit so they can get that nice preliminary fire off, get a couple of volleys in before they can retreat and all that jazz. So they're going to start just attacking some frontline soldiers. I have my Hammer of Witches attacking those familiar warriors back there. Usually what I would want them to do is attack maybe a Mammoth or a Froststorm unit, but since no such things exist in this match, I will attack the next best thing, which is the familiar warriors. I have my Demogryph Knights over here. They're going to pull up here just in case any units come up here to kind of try and flank me. Or if any of his units like are singled out, I'll have my Demogryph Knights go after them. So he's starting to push a little bit closer. I'm bringing my my guns in a little bit so they can get one final round off before the lines clash. Now, at this point in the battle, I was looking at this and I was like, oh shit, he's got a lot of infantry and he's going to envelop me. Which is kind of what happened. So you can see he's bringing 3 units over here on the right flank. Most of his army is going up the center. He has a couple units going on the left. I'm bringing my gunners back. These silver bolts are going to come up onto this high ground because I did choose this this position for a reason. My backline is going to be pretty protected since there's a cliff there. You know, I hear that helps. So I'm going to use that and just kind of prop my silver bolts back there to just, you know, do some overhead fire. My right flank's getting swarmed pretty heavily, so I'm going to send my my reserve greatsword unit in there. My other greatsword unit is going to come up the middle here to kind of, you know, make sure that's nice and solid on the left flank. Silver bolts are over here doing their jobs. String units are getting ready for anything to break through. And yeah, here's where I made my first big mistake too. Look at this Demogryph unit get absolutely shit on. Like, holy crap. Those Familiar Warriors and Skin Wolves put the beat down on the Demogryph Knights. Because the thing is, though Demogryph Knights are beasts in melee, and they are the Halberd variant, the Familiar Warriors and Skin Wolves are also anti-large, so they're going to do very well against my Demogryph with Halberd. So yeah, mistake number 1, note it, check it off, don't do that, boys and girls. But other than that, it's looking pretty solid. Oh, wait, never mind, no it's not. My right center has just folded. Those spear units did not hold as long as I wanted them to, so I had to send my reserve spear unit up to help try and cover that. However, I did let a Marauder Berserk, one of these guys, yeah, Marauder Berserkers, sorry, get through, and they're gonna start attacking my silver bullets. This is where I thought I kind of lost, because I have Wolfric over here. He made it through, he just routed the Hammer of Witches. I have my silver bullets getting attacked by the Marauder Berserkers, and yeah, it's looking kind of dire. Even my Reichsguard getting semi caught out by the Maws of Savagery Skin Wolves Regiment of Renown. However, I'll use the fact that my left flank is actually winning to help turn this around a little bit. I'm sending my spear units that just won that fight into the front line, and I'm also being quite an asshole here by using these handgunners as a sort of meat screen shield. God damn, I'm not speaking English good today. I'm using them as a meat shield for these Skin Wolves as my Reichsguard pull through and go after these Marauders while they're, you know, not being paid attention to. These handgunners, they weren't gonna have a ton of worth anyway, especially as the fight goes on, and his units are much faster than mine, so I thought, fuck it, I'll let them, you know, entertain these Skin Wolves and Familiar Warriors for a little bit as my Reichsguard put the Marauders into the pound zone, you know. So it's looking a little bit better for me right now. My front line is holding the Sigmar Sons. They are unbreakable, so they're doing pretty well over here. My right flank's doing all right with the great swords. Wolfric is pretty low. My Witch Hunter just got routed. However, Wolfric is low enough where I was comfortable throwing Balthasar Gelt in there. Maybe should have reserved him for a little bit, but whatever. All's good. I sneakily got my Reichsguard through this this little gap right here, past the Skin Wolves and Familiar Warriors and Familiar Priests, so that they could get this super duper cool back charge in on him, which you will see over here. I'll go ahead and do a little bit of slow-mo action for you. Ready for this? What? Damn, it's like an action shot of a movie. So, man, name something more beautiful than this. His line getting just hammer and anviled by my Regiment of Renown Reichsguard as my great swords meet up with his Marauders, and my Zintler's right guard fuck them in the ass. So this is a beautiful thing that's going on, but unfortunately I do have to look away eventually. So yeah, that was pretty solid. I got a very good rear charge in on the back there. Wolfric is about to rout due to Balthasar Gelt's fearsome self. The right flank is holding pretty well. Sigmar Sons naturally, again, won't break, as I said a million fucking times. Great Swords seem to be doing okay versus the Berserkers over here. So yeah, Wulfric just routed. Balthasar Gelt is still at pretty good health. Now his monstrous infantry and skin wolves are finally coming in, but I went ahead and dropped a Plague of Rust on them, and I'm dropping a Metal Storm right in the center of their highest tier units as I throw my cav in there. So this is the point of the battle where I'm thinking, God damn it, Steven, you fucking did it. You did it for Sigmar, you know? Karl Franz is looking fondly on you today. Balthasar Gelt is going to be going home a happy man. Except, I forgot that the Skin Wolves do not rout like normal Skin Wolves because they're Regiment Renown. So they're still doing some damage, they're still in the fight, and they are able to pull out. I did rout his Familiar Warriors, they're pretty low, but yeah, it's looking pretty good for me. I routed a decent amount of his infantry. The Berserker infantry naturally is still alive, but they're being dealt with. Balthasar Gelt back there just, you know, slaughtered Wulfric, which is pretty cool. So right here I'm looking pretty solid. I'm making a couple mistakes though, because this Cav is going to be my saving grace, right? The Cav, Balthasar, and this Witch Hunter that regroup back here. But I did something kind of stupid, and I kept them in the fight a little bit longer than they probably should have been. I was able to get them out, but they did get some, you know, some damage in. Jesus. They're able to chase down some of his infantry, however. Some of his routing infantry to make sure that they don't come back. Because this is a position where I'm confident that I can still win the game, right? What I need to do is form up, get my lines back nice and straight, and you know, bring this back to a more tactical perspective. But I'm a absolute retard, so I didn't do that. What I did instead was I started chasing his infantry like a madman. I just sent all my joined front line, just throwing them at his infantry. I did something particularly stupid here. I'll put it in slow-mo for you. Alright, so say you're Balthasar Gelt, and you're like, hey, look at this, a spear unit. I can take these guys. I'm a hero, I'm a lord. You know, I'm a mage of metal. That's pretty badass. I can take these motherfuckers, right? They're just Norsca. They're not even people. Oh, wait, never mind. I just got ass-fucked by some Rotter Berserkers with a gold chevron, nonetheless. The Familiar Priest is still alive, and let's watch him just beat the shit out of old Balthi over here. Yeah, I'd fall back too. And then these Skin Wolves back here are getting ready to pounce. So Balthasar Gelt is he's in a bit of a tough spot right now, and of course he got Malikoth's mystifying miasma put on him, so he can't get out nearly as easily. So look at this. His health is at 1800 right now. Let's bring this back up to normal speed. Let's watch it drop. 1500. All right, come on. You can do better than that. 1100. Nice. 1000. 900. Oh, come on. Even better. Oh, wait, no. You just dropped. 200. Can I get a 100? Can I get a 100? No. Alright, yeah, I guess I didn't even think he was worth their time anymore. So Balthasar Gelt just got absolutely destroyed. That was a very stupid play on my part. So that's actually where I lost the fight. I was able to intelligently throw my lord right in the middle of his line and get him absolutely destroyed, and that destroyed the leadership of my already relatively fragile units. So yeah, I'm going to speed this up for you. Oh, look, Sigmar Sun's getting smashed. Alright. So that's the game. It was a fun one. It was a close one. But I did make a couple fatal errors, as one could say. Let's kind of break it down here. Just look at the unit kill count, right? Let's see. What stands out? Oh, right. The 1500 gold Demigryph Knights with halberds getting 4 kills. That was kind of rough. So that was my first mistake, as I pointed out earlier. They did not pull their weight. I sent them into the Familiar Warriors and Skill Wolves like an idiot, and they died, and I paid the price. That if I kept those Demigryph Knights alive until the end, or at least a little longer as the fight went on, they could have had so much more value, because they are anti-large. They do have the halberds, and they do a pretty decent job against the Familiar Warriors and Skin Wolves, just not when they're together and alone. So what else could I have done a little bit better? Let's see here. The Hammer of Witches. It got focused on a little bit too quick. Wulfric was able to break through my line and take out the Hammer of Witches before it could really get its value. It's another expensive unit at 1100 gold, so I probably could have protected it a little bit better, use that reserve spear unit to screen for it a little bit better, but alas, I did not. In addition to that, I probably could have used my handgunners a little bit better. 20 and 33 kills isn't awful, but it's not what I could have done with them. I should have probably set up some better angles, and again, protected the silver bullets with those reserve spears a little bit better, but alas, I did not, and I paid the price, unfortunately. And the final and quite literal game changer was throwing Balthasar Gelt into his entire army, which I hear is not good for your health, especially if you're up against Norsca and you're a flimsy metal lord who has a spiky helmet, but mostly for show. So yeah, that was the first game I dared show you guys where I lost. However, spoiler alert, I lose a lot. So I guess actually kind of a funny story. I started playing the quick battles a little bit more often. I actually didn't really know too much about quick battles up until maybe a week ago. I just played normal multiplayer, sent my 1v1s that way. And I do pretty good on multiplayer, maybe like a 70-75% win rate. However, quick battles is where it's at. I get my ass pounded in quick battles. I dropped to maybe a 50-60% win rate, but it's helping me become a more intelligent player and use my spells a little bit better, because that's something I was kind of lacking in. So yeah, let's see who stood out. Reichsguard did pretty good with 140 kills, not too shabby. Naturally, Sigmar's sons. Sigmar has their back. He's my boy. He's their boy. He's the Empire's boy. He's a cool guy. He let them get 111 kills, 111. Am I right? These great swords did pretty well as well. Yeah, with 104, 122 kills respectively. Oh my god, I cannot speak English today. So yeah, my damage dealers, I expected were going to be like great swords in my Sigmar's sons. They did pretty well. My damage dealers who did not do well, however, were the demogryphs and the handgunners, as I pointed out earlier. So this was a game. This was a good game. It was close. It was fun. My man Wu-Tang over here did a great job, and I look forward to playing some more quick battle. And don't you guys worry. I'll show you guys me losing more often, because I know that's always fun. And yeah, so stay in school, eat your veggies, do your homework, and I'm out of here. See you guys.